Croissant Pub to the Halloween PSN sale. It's a spooky time of the year, and that means there's some spooky deals on sale in this one. So if you're a fan of horror games and that sort of thing, you'll really enjoy the games available in this sale. I found some really cool games for you that are on massive discounts that can save you a lot of money, and you'll find some cool new games to play. So subscribe, you're welcome here anytime, and you'll never miss a good deal again. Okay, this sale ends on the 2nd of November, so that'll be your last day to pick up these deals. Let's look at the games. First up is A Chair in a Room Greenwater. It was released in 2019, so it's 3 years old, and it's on a 70% discount for the price of £5.39, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really great deal, especially for a VR game. This VR horror supports Move controllers, which is great if you've got them, but you don't need them if you don't. In this game you get to experience an eerie and atmospheric thriller that immerses you in your own horror story, solving clues and puzzles through flashbacks and memories in a number of different locations, and hopefully you'll reveal why you have awoken in the sinister Greenwater Institute. This looks like a really cool horror VR game. It's designed to be very immersive and slow, to build up that tension and make you really feel like you're there. So if you're a fan of horror games, and you like the idea of a really cool and immersive story game, rather than a jump scare or a straight up horror and monster game, then you should definitely check this out. If you've got a PSVR headset and you like the sound of this, you'll probably love this game. It's got really great reviews, and I can't see much wrong with it. Why not check it out? And if you've never played a VR horror game before, I'll warn you, they're very immersive and very scary. But this looks like a good place to start. If you're curious, it's tense and it's immersive, but there's no monsters chasing you. So it's a nice ease in if you haven't tried one before. Definitely take a look at it if you like the sound of it. Our next game is Alien Isolation: The Collection. It was released in 2015, so it's 6 years old, and it's on an 80% discount for the price of £9.59, which is awesome. It includes nearly £35 worth of DLC, including the campaign from the first movie, which is awesome. If you're a fan of the movies, you definitely want to play that. It's like you're there, and it's the most accurate representation of the movie you'll ever see in gaming so far. This game is a survival horror, set 15 years after the events of Alien, where you play as Ellen Ripley's daughter, who learns that the Nostromo black box has been found, so she joins the retrieval team to look for answers. But as she reaches Sevastopol Station, she soon becomes trapped in a living nightmare, facing the same horrors as her mother. This is a very easy game to recommend. If you're a fan of survival horror and you haven't played this, you really should. It's an awesome game, with an awesome franchise attached to it, and really good AAA production values. And if you're a fan of Alien and you like horror, definitely pick this up. It's a very easy sell for anyone that's interested in this. You'll love it. Amnesia: The Collection. It was released in 2016, so it's 6 years old, and it's on a 90% discount for the price of £2.39, which isn't the cheapest I've seen it, but it's over a year ago since it's been on sale. And at this price, it makes very little difference, especially as this collection includes 3 full games: Amnesia: The Dark Descent, Amnesia: A Machine for Pigs, and Amnesia: Justine. You're getting a huge amount of content for your money. I mean, that's like 80 pence a game. That's nuts. In these survival horror games, you first play as Daniel, waking with amnesia in a desolate and eerie castle. He must escape while piecing together his troubled memories. And in the second, wealthy industrialist Oswald wakes, racked with fever, knowing he must save his children as you're haunted by hellish dreams. And finally, in the third game, a demented mind has constructed a series of trials for Justine to survive. But will you save yourself, or help others instead? The people that like these games really like these games. They were very popular, and they're still popular now. If you like survival horror games, you're getting so much content for your money, you can't go far wrong really. And hey, if you've never played a survival horror before, then this is a great place to start. You're getting 3 games, which normally I wouldn't recommend, because if you don't like them you're stuck with 3 games. But at this price, you're gonna get your money's worth whatever happens. So if you're interested at all, why not take a look? You can't go far wrong. Up next is a zombie game, Dead Rising 4: Frank's Big Package. It was released in 2017, so it's 5 years old, and is on an 80% discount for the price of £8.99, which isn't bad, as Frank's Big Package includes all the DLC, bonus content, and exclusive items for a total of 3 full expansions, Capcom Heroes Mode, Street Fighter, and My Bloody Valentine outfit packs, and 5 extra weapons as well. So at least you're getting the complete package with this deal. In this third-person action game, you're trapped in Willamette, California, At the site of the first zombie outbreak, where you play as Frank West again, fighting zombies and the evil corporation Obscurus, who are looking for the secret to create smarter zombies. This is from a really popular series, and it was originally a launch title for Xbox, so if you're a good boy and don't have an Xbox, and you were always a fan of these fun zombie games, then you might just want to pick this up now. Up next is my starter buy, Ghost Giant. It was released in 2019, so it's 3 years old, and it's on a 75% discount for the price of £4.99, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it for non-PS Plus members, and a really great deal for a really good VR game. This VR adventure requires Move controllers, so if you don't have them you can't play it. In this game you get to help the citizens of Sandcourt Village solve their quirky little problems by manipulating the diorama world around you and them, with a story written by acclaimed writer Sarah B. Alfgren. It promises a really cool and interesting experience, and the world and aesthetic is definitely unique and cool. So if you like quirky little VR adventures, you'll really enjoy this one I think. It's pretty different, it's pretty interesting, and I really like the look of it. Definitely one for VR adventure fans, that's for sure. And hey, if you haven't played one of these little VR adventure games before, then this is a pretty good one. But there are AAA ones as well, like Moss, that are another good option. So you do have a few options, and it's up to you really. You can either wait for the AAA ones to go on sale, or you can pick up one of the indie ones instead. Either way, they're all pretty decent, and you can't go far wrong with any of them really. These are really great VR games to play. Like I said, it's my starter buy. It's well worth taking a look at. Why not check it out? Stories Untold is our next game. It was released in 2020, so it's 2 years old, and it's on a 75% discount for the low price of £1.99. This is a story anthology, which contains 4 unique and different short stories with their own unique gameplay and mechanics. It features classic text adventure, a point-and-click adventure, radio transmission processing, and bizarre experiments. It kinda gives off a Stranger Things vibe, combining sci-fi, mystery, and psychological horror for a bit of variety in the gameplay. This may not look like the most exciting game you could buy, but it's definitely unique and different. If you like cool little indie games, and ones with a variety of gameplay, you'll probably really enjoy these. If they've piqued your interest as much as I think they have, then definitely check them out. They're different, and you might really enjoy them. And hey, if you haven't played cool little indie games like this before, then at this price, I definitely recommend it. You're getting 4 little experiences for a really good price, so you can't go far wrong really. If it's piqued your interest, definitely check them out. They're worth a look. We have a story-based adventure next, The Council Complete Season. It was released in 2018, so it's 4 years old, and it's on a 70% discount for the price of £3.89, which is dirt cheap, especially for such a cool looking game. This story-based adventure is set in 1973, where you are invited to a private island gathering alongside high-profile guests such as Napoleon and George Washington. But you soon discover that your mother has vanished and the other guests have their own hidden agendas for being there, so it's down to you to do some investigation and find out what's going on behind all of this. This had great reviews when it came out, the people that played it really loved it, and it's got a lot of multiple endings and different outcomes and storylines. So if you love games where it can change all the time and you don't know what you're gonna get, you'll really enjoy this. If you're a fan of story-driven games, definitely check this out. And if you've never played one before, this is a really good one, at a really great price, so it's definitely worth checking out for everyone. Why not take a look? Our next game is The Evil Within 2. It was released in 2017, so it's 5 years old, and is on an 85% discount for the price of £5.24, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really great deal, especially for such a good AAA game. In this game you play Detective Castellano, who's lost it all, except his daughter, and now he must once more descend into the nightmarish world of STEM, facing horrifying threats and monstrosities in order to save her life. The first game from this series had mixed reviews on launch because people expected something different than what it was, but the people who didn't expect that really enjoyed the game because it was a really good game. It was just misunderstood when it came out. It wasn't quite what people thought it was going to be. But in any case, my point is the first game's really good, and this sequel is really good as well. So if you like your survival horrors, why not take a look at it? I'm sure you'll really enjoy it. And hey, if you've never played a survival horror before, then you could check this one out, but you can get some others cheaper as well. So it's up to you. This isn't a bad choice, but you do have others you could choose as well. So why not take a look around if you're not sure? Or subscribe, and then you won't miss the next time they go on sale as well. We have a third-person action RPG next, Vampire. It was released in 2018, so it's 4 years old, and it's on a 75% discount for the price of £8.74, which is pretty good. This game is set in 1918 London, where you play as a doctor who becomes a vampire, and now you must balance maintaining your cover as a doctor, while also dealing with your vampiric bloodlust. It features a semi-open world, RPG talent trees, and 4 unique endings as well, so there's a lot of replayability in this game, which I think will make it a lot of fun to play. This game had rave reviews when it came out, a lot of people loved it, and for good reason. It looks like a really good quality game with really good story. If you're a fan of vampires, then you'll probably really enjoy this, and should definitely check it out, especially if you like open world action games. And hey, if you've never played a game like this before, then you might want to look at this, although you can get cheaper ones elsewhere, so if you're not sure, don't worry about it. Just take a look around in the sale, or subscribe and I'll help you find another game in the future. And the final game I have for you is the Zombie Army Trilogy. It was released in 2015, so it's 6 years old, and it's on a 90% discount for the price of £4.49, which is really cheap. In this third-person shooter, set in the dying flames of World War II, where a legion of undead super soldiers have been unleashed upon Europe, it features 3 campaigns across 15 levels in the irradiated wastes of Germany, and 4-player online co-op as well. And hey, it even supports stereoscopic 3D, which I still haven't found out if that'd work in the VR headset, because if it does, that'd be very interesting. And I don't see why it wouldn't. So I hope it does, but hey, if one of you guys has it and wants to try it, let me know if it works. I'd be very interested. In any case, this is a really great multiplayer third-person shooter game, so if you've got friends to play it with, then you could have a really good time with this game, so why not pick it up? And hey, if you've never played a game like this before, if you've got a group of friends that you play games with, you'll have a lot of fun with this, so you might want to check it out. So get them together and have a look. I think you'd all have a really good time. And that's all the games I have for the Halloween PSN sale. I hope you had a spooky time, and I hope you have a good Halloween. Enjoy yourselves. Anyway, what did you think of the games I picked? Did I pick good ones or did I pick bad ones? And what about the Star Buy? Did it deserve it? Or should some other game have got it instead? Leave all your complaints down in the comments so we can talk about it later. Anyway, I hope you guys found some games you're interested in. But more importantly, I hope you saved a lot of money. I'll see you guys in the next sale. Au revoir.